Hello YouTube, this is Fortnite Fails, JJ, with channel JJ. Furious Karen demands to speak to manager of the entire airport and gets the response she deserves. This is from Pink News. The internet has been working to pull its collective jaw off the floor after a furious Karen demanded to speak to the manager of an entire airport. The internet has dubbed Terry Ann as the ultimate Karen. I don't think she's the ultimate. She's got a few more ahead of her. You would be forgiven for thinking that we had already reached the peak Karen many months ago, but one woman is determined to take the label to new heights. The woman named Terry Ann had a spectacular meltdown in Indianapolis airport earlier this week, and the incident was recorded and posted on TikTok. In the video, the woman can be heard screaming, "He threw me to the ground," while gesturing at a security guard. "My name is Terry Ann, and I want the manager of the effing airport here," she shouted, before marching towards the seats where innocent bystanders were watching. "Who saw him choke me to the ground? Who saw me?" the woman screamed. Most of those gathered were presumably too shocked to respond, but one person piped up, "I saw you run through the door when you wasn't supposed to." Indianapolis airport Karen has left the internet reeling. "And what can only be described as comedy gold," the woman replied. "He chokehold me to the ground. I'm a woman in a dress." The perplexed onlooker simply replied, "Boo-hoo," and it's safe to say that Terry Ann didn't take kindly to that. "Boo-hoo, you F off," she yelled, before once again demanding that the staff fetch the manager of the entire airport. The bizarre footage was shared on TikTok by user Kevin Dero19 on Thursday, 27th May, along with Karen hashtag. "So she tried to breach security by running through a door when she wasn't supposed to, and they check notes did their job," one person commented. Another one wrote, "Legend has it that she is still waiting on the manager of the airport." One TikTok user summed up the most of our thoughts, writing, "I swear, I really don't need TV anymore with this kind of entertainment." Naturally, the footage has also migrated to Twitter, where it received a rapturous response. By Friday, it had racked up 4 million views. And I think she's got a long way to go before she be the ultimate Karen. She needs to put a black man in jail first. I mean, what was the color of that security guard? I think that was a black security guard, because that's what they usually say when they're trying to accuse a black man of something. As a matter of fact, that reminds me of a story. When this guy, he was a black guy, he was trying to get into his apartment, and there was a lady coming out walking her dog. She's like, "I know everybody that's in this building, and I don't know you," blocking him for coming in. And she just he just pushed past her and went to her room. Next thing you know, she called the cops talking about, "Oh, he choked me." And the police bashed down his door. This dude could have got killed. Me reading the title of this article, when I first read it, I thought, hey, this reminds me of this YouTube video, though, that Caleb City had done, where they said that when you think the manager could fix everything, and every time one manager wouldn't fix it, he's like, "Okay, well, let me go to the manager over your head. I need the district manager." Now, for second story, ex-U.S. airline pilot admits to lewd act in cockpit mid-flight. And this is from BBC News. BB News. A former U.S. airline pilot has admitted to committing a lewd, indecent, or obscene act during a flight last year. Michael Hack, 60, exposed himself to the female first officer in the cockpit, prosecutors said. As a Southwest Airlines flight continued, Hack engaged in further inappropriate conduct in the cockpit. A judge in Maryland sentenced him to 1 year probation and ordered him to pay a $5,000 fine. The incident happened during a flight from Philadelphia International Airport to Orlando International Airport On the 10th August 2020, the court heard when the flight reached their cruising altitude, Hack got out the cockpit seat and intentionally disrobed and watched pornographic media on his laptop. Hack further engaged in inappropriate conduct in the cockpit as the first officer continued to perform her duties, the federal prosecutor said in a statement. Hack had never met the first officer prior to the flight, they added. Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Cunningham said the co-pilot had the right not to be subjected to this kind of behavior, regardless of what may have motivated or prompted it, the Associated Press reported. Hack was charged in Maryland because it was the state the plane was flying over at the time. He pleaded guilty to intentionally committing a lewd act, indecent or obscene act in a public place. In a statement via video link, Hack apologized to his behavior, adding, "It started as a consensual prank between me and the other pilot. I never imagined it would turn into this in 1,000 years." U.S. Magistrate Judge J. Mark Colson told Hack this behavior had a traumatic effect on the first officer and could have affected the safety of the passengers. Hack of Longwood, Florida, was a pilot of Southwest Airlines for 27 years before retiring at the end of August last year. In a statement, the airline said it did not tolerate behavior of this nature and will take prompt action if such conduct is substantiated. A spokesman said the company had only learned of the incident after Hack had voluntarily left the airline. It said that as a result, it has ceased paying him any benefits he was entitled to following his retirement. Hey, this reminds me of a story that I did a while back where a preacher got on what you call it, a flight with one of his congregation, one of the members of the congregation, and the lady woke up to him peeing on her. And the guy was like, "Oh well, I don't know what happened. I had some cough medicine. I tried and some sleeping pills. I felt the sleepiness and I just kind of resisted it. Next thing I know that this happened." I think the guy still went to jail.